entire process to all of you, sharing demos with you, a cappellas with you. I'm going to ask you guys to help me make videos.
She's united a lot of people.
You know, we were at home in LA. The lockdown kind of order had just been put in place sort of a couple of weeks before. And we were trying to figure out how to position ourselves in this new landscape, what to do and how to make work and like stay productive. And we're kind of like looking for sort of things to do basically. And then we saw just on Instagram that Charli had started this new project, this new album project, where she was creating an album at home in sort of collaboration with her fans. So we found out just through Instagram, the announcement, like everyone else, we kind of found out maybe day 2 of the project that it was happening. And, you know, we're friends, we've had a relationship for a while, and she lived like 10 minutes up the road from us. But we hadn't really been speaking that much in this time. And yeah, so we found out about her project in the same way that like any of her fans or the public found out about it. And then we thought that this sounded like the perfect kind of opportunity to create something, or to document something genuine that was happening at that moment. So we sent her a text like, would it be cool if we just like document this and try and make it into a film and see what happens? And we just agreed that, yeah, we can, like, we sent a few cameras to her house and just like started filming stuff and just kind of hoped that something interesting would come out of it, and just had agreed with each other that if at any point we wanted to stop, we would stop. But it was like, yeah, very unmeditated process, happened very organically and just like, yeah, responding to the moment, basically.
It was unexpected because, you know, we didn't plan this to happen. It happened at the very beginning of the pandemic. So really we had no choice but not to make music videos. But saying that, at the same time, we were definitely thinking a lot about how to evolve from music videos, and we were writing scripts and also thinking about documentaries. But when the pandemic happened, it did kind of present this like weird ruleless era where like it felt like anyone could do, you know, there were no rules. So it's like, what should we do? Let's make a film, because why not? Like, you know, we may as well try. We've got nothing else to do. So that's what we did. And in terms of how it's gone, it's been amazing. Like, you know, it's been a really good experience. And like the fact that we're in this interview, I think like 2 years later now, is like kind of pretty cool, considering it's like an idea that came really from just like a few text messages between us. And yeah, like in terms of just like the creative and technical kind of process of going from that medium to this one, like it was a huge learning curve. You know, we really learned how to tell a story, like the very basics of like just filmmaking, because we hadn't done any like longer format stuff before. So that was amazing. And since then we've also done like a scripted mini series as well, where this experience really fed into that as well. So like it really forced us in a really good way to like relearn our craft and like evolve really. I think like one of the most attractive parts of the film for us and the process was like about the angels. Like we were really driven by you know, just wanting to investigate and, you know, put a spotlight on people who might be vulnerable during the lockdown period. And we knew that Charli's fan base were predominantly LGBTQ plus and could be in vulnerable situations, or not even just vulnerable, but, you know, just like going through it like we all were. And we felt like it was particularly probably hard for like that younger generation of people who like their safe spaces really were Charli concerts. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to a Charli gig, but they're just like incredible, vibrant places for people. And the loss of that was really hard for some. So that really drove us to make this film. And working with them was incredible. Like, they were so open. You know, there were days where we would just like do, I don't know, like 10 Zooms a day, just like back to back talking to them. And it was like a really, like, just aside from the film, like genuinely inspiring, memorable experience that we went through, and like probably helped us kind of get through it as well, just because we were connecting with other people. And they also, you know, aside from just being great people, they were a huge part in making the film what it is. They gave us so much time. You know, we weren't filming any of it ourselves. They were filming it. Like, they were sending us stuff every day. We were talking to them every single day. The amount of energy and effort they put into it was really incredible, and we really owe the film to them. And also they helped us like cast it. You know, there were like some people that were helping us, you know, connecting us to more angels, and just like, you know, it was a whole network. And just seeing that and experiencing it really inspired the film it became. Like, at the end of the day, the film is about connection and community, and that's what the angels are.
I think it's something that thematically came out quite early on in the process. I don't think it was necessarily, well, maybe it was there from the very beginning, but I think as soon as we started talking to the angels, it just became clear that this project was how the project was functioning in their lives as a sort of support system. And it was also became clear how many of these kids struggle with mental health issues, like everyone, like so many of them, like, or pre-existing mental health issues, which are obviously exacerbated by the new situation they found themselves in. So just like, it was just sort of written into the project, like there was kind of an inescapable part of it. And something which sort of like gave it even another layer was, I think, Charli. This is also something that we discovered as we received footage from Charli. We didn't know this at the beginning, but she had just, before the pandemic, like maybe the week before, had just started going to therapy. So she was also on like quite an intense, hard and fast like journey of self, like discovery and reflection and all those things. So that was like, yeah, those two things coming together, yeah, just made it like a huge part of the film, I think.
In honesty, like, definitely prefer to like be able to film ourselves. And, you know, nothing that we made, nothing in the film we actually shot ourselves. And there were drawbacks of that. You know, we don't decide when the camera is turned on and when it's turned off, but at the same time, those parameters, I think, make the film really special and what it is. But in terms of how it affects us in the, you know, our craft going forward, it's kind of like what I was saying. It forced us to completely reshape how we work, and it forced us, you know, our work. I don't think anyone would ever describe our work as like documentary style in music videos. It's all about like big sets, lights, styling. You know, we love all of those things, and so to be forced to really have nothing other than like a couple of handy cams was like a really, you know, a really good exercise for us, because it showed us that we could make something from nothing, and it forced us to let go of all the control of like the lighting, or, you know, how we look, or like what type of shot it is. And it made us like, the thing that was important was the story, and the story carried the whole thing forward, and it showed us that you can make a film and a story really out of anything. And, you know, that's not just down to us, it's down to all the people that also contributed and shot it and like made it happen. But it does definitely show that, like, you know, you don't need huge budgets to make like a film that talks to people and connects to people and people get something from. So I think that's like a really inspiring thing that will always continue into our work going forward.
Fuck everyone, they'll really like this when it comes out, because it slaps.